to begin with, this was our first real challenge of a road game on the opponent's home court. And Liberty really concerned us because they have been getting 17 offensive rebounds a game, and we have not been great at controlling the defensive backboards. But I thought our initial defense was very, very strong. We took several charges in the second half when they did get by us. We really shared the ball on offense and found open men. And with the defense holding and the offense clicking, we were able to build a substantial lead at halftime and then really sustain it in the second half. I don't think it ever got below like 15 or 16. And when our bench is playing as well as it did, Trail Vaughns came in, hit a couple of threes. Isaiah Tate came in, he hit a three. Johnny Williams came in, he got a bucket. So our bench really, really helped us.
You were concerned about two things during the game. You said that they were having exam time was one thing. The other was playing on the road after 5 home games. How did they answer both those questions?
Yeah, I think they did a great job of preparing. In fact, I know Cam Long and our upperclassmen had a team meeting to talk about the importance of getting started well when you're on the road. And with exams coming up, it's very, very easy for guys to be distracted. We had guys in study hall all day today, and they want to get back like as quickly as they possibly can because they've got study hall tomorrow and papers are due. Exams start on Monday for many of them. So we really stepped up to the challenge of those two things. We played well on the road, and we were well focused.
What went so right for you during the last 10 minutes of the first half when you kind of blew the thing open?
Well, we started hitting threes, and they're a very good three-point shooting defensive team from three-point range. And Vertrail Vaughns hit 2 bombs, and then Isaiah Tate hit 1. And then all of a sudden the defense stretches out, and we're able to get inside. And then in the second half, kind of the same thing. I think Cam hit 1, and Luke Hancock hit 1, and then Ryan Pearson hit 2. So when you're shooting the ball and you have like 5 different guys hitting threes, and even your leading three-point shooter from last year, Andre Cornelius, didn't make any, you still have 4 or 5 guys making them.
Ryan was perfect shooting until his last shot, and he had 5 defensive rebounds. Can you talk about how his game's been progressing over the season?
Well, I thought we went to him in the second half when I took Cam out. I wanted to get the ball inside a little bit more. We were able to go to him, and he was able to score. And once he scored inside, I think it gave him confidence to go ahead and step outside and shoot the 3. We really asked him to concentrate on his rebounding because he was guarding John Brown, who's averaging over 10 rebounds a game. So he had a very good all-around game.
What did you guys do defensively to really foul up what they like to do with the dribble penetration and things like that?
Well, as Cam mentioned, we really try to emphasize taking away dribble penetration by taking a position at an elbow or a block. Now, what that means, at the foul line, there's what we call 2 elbows, one on each side, and someone's got to be there to help on dribble penetration. If they get by there, someone's got to be at the block. If you get extended, you can pressure people, but if they get by the pressure, they're going to score. So we tried to just keep it packed in. The reason for the 17 turnovers is because their normal game plan is to get inside the defense and then kick it out, and we were able to get our hands on some of those passes and take some charges.
Cam, that last 10 minutes or so of the first half was as close to a perfect game that you guys have played all season. I mean,
Say that again?
The last 10 minutes of the first half was pretty close to perfect, didn't you think?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, everything just started clicking. We started finding each other open. We started setting the right screens and started getting a lot of defensive stops. So, I mean, everything was just clicking for us and working at the right time.
Your whole team contributed tonight. You had a lot of different guys off the bench and starters with a lot of points. Is that something that you see that you can carry into for the next few games that you can write out?
Oh, definitely. I mean, the whole game is all based upon team effort. So we definitely need our bench. Every team needs their bench majority of the time. So if we can get our bench to come in and do what they're supposed to do and outscore the other team, then we're in good shape.
This team was a top 25 team, I think, in terms of three-point percentage defense. What did you guys see that you wanted to do to get open and get some of those shots falling?
Just ball movement. Ball movement was the main thing. If we move the ball quickly rather than holding it, taking dribbles left and right, you're not going to go nowhere. The ball moves quicker than a dribble. So once we got that moving, found an open shot.
You brought a lot of pressure, Liberty committed 17 turnovers. Is that something you've been working on during practices, or is that just the team that you were playing?
Nah, that's something we always been working on in practice. Like the main thing we got to focus on is elbows and blocks. And Liberty is real good at getting in the paint and kicking it out. But we kept them from doing that by keeping them from driving. And once they did get past us, we cut off the baseline so they couldn't make that pass as well.
Cam, what does it mean to play your first game on an opponent's court and just dominate so much, especially there in the second half where the game was really out of reach pretty early on?
Right, this is a great thing. I mean, a big thing that happened because first road game, win by 30. It just shows that we was real focused, and like coming from a home game, and it's a different environment. And you gotta understand, you gotta cheer for each other on a away game because that's the only crowd that you're really gonna have. Even though we did have a nice little crowd out there today, but I mean, with our team only being on away games and coming out with a victory like this, it just shows a lot of heart and a lot of effort that we put into it.